Sure. So what I think is important, and I've done a few videos on expireds, is you want to get to the bottom of the reason why they think the house didn't sell. And you're also trying to find out, are they interested in selling it at some point? More often than not, eventually they're going to sell the house. So they're either taking it off the market, they're going to rent it, they've decided that they're not moving yet, or maybe like their job transfer, didn't work out or didn't go through or whatever. But more often than not, they're going to sell. So the first thing I say is, hey, Madison, this is Jen over at the Live Love Memphis group or some variation of that. I'm just calling to see if the house on Main Street's coming back on the market sometime this year. And now we're in the new year. So I'll say, just calling to see if the house is coming back on the market sometime in the spring, or were you looking at just after the first of the year? So some variation of that. I don't ever say anything negative about the house. So if somebody says, well, why do you think it didn't sell? I'll never say anything negative about the house or the agent. Very, very important. So Article 15 is pretty serious in the Code of Ethics. It said we do not speak disparagingly about another agent in the industry. And so you just never know who's listening, who knows who, whatever. So best practice is to never say anything bad about the listing, bad about the house, bad about the agent. So you're just kind of saying, well, why do you think it didn't sell? And so if someone says to me, well, why do you think it didn't sell? I might say, well, I have my theory, this is what I do primarily. I'm a listing agent, but I'd really, more importantly, like to know what you think. Were you happy with the pictures? Were you happy with the marketing? Were you happy with the communication? Were you happy with everything? And 100% of the time they weren't. So very rarely, if ever, is someone not, is someone totally happy with everything. They're just like, I'm just not sure why it didn't sell. So I would just focus on the relationship that you can build with them in the few minutes that you have with them on the phone, and just try to relate to them. So if they say, well, whatever they say, oh, my kid is like going to college, in May, we're just going to wait until then. Oh, that's awesome. Congratulations. My daughter's in college too. Where are they? Where are they thinking about going? And then just see if they can talk to you about that. Try to relate, or I would say something maybe, oh, that's great. Well, if the right house came on the market, like, are you going to be staying in Memphis when you sell? Are you going to be moving? And if they say, well, we'll be staying in Memphis, we're just going to be downsizing. Then I'd say, oh, that's great. Well, if the right house came on the market before May, would you just be absolutely not interested, or would you maybe be interested? And then if they say, well, maybe we'd be interested, then I'd go, great. Well, just in case I come across something, because, I talk to people every day, what are you looking for? Then I write it down, and then I create a listing alert and I send it to them. And then I try to go that angle with them. So there's lots of different angles. It's very difficult to, come up with all those scripts, but I would say, look at my hair. It is still broken. Oh, so annoying. But I would just say that you have active listening and you respond with their answer and your answer, if that makes sense. So just try to engage them, and ultimately what you're trying to get out of them is, are they willing, is there a date that they're going to relist their property, hard or soft? Are they interested? Are they somebody that you want to work with? Because some people are just jerks, and I don't work with jerks. So if you're a jerk, then I'm just going to be like, thanks so much. If you hang up on me, then I'm, obviously not going to call you back. But yeah, I hope that helps, but there's not really, a large script. It's really based on what they say. And the goal, I think, more than the script, is just to be authentic and to try and relate to them and try to communicate that you can solve their problem, and try to see if they are willing to see if you're a good fit for them. Hope that helps.